morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Fox 23 News. Coming off a win over Alcorn State Tuesday night, the Southern Miss women's team will host an in-state foe on Friday. Mississippi State will roll through Hattiesburg after the Bulldogs climbed up to number 5 in this week's AP poll after taking down the then number 18 Marquette. It will be a huge challenge for the Golden Eagles facing the perfect 9-0 MSU team. And while there may be a disparity between the two programs, Coach Schaefer spoke on the importance of scheduling these in-state games.
This has been a long-standing series for many, many years, long before I got here with Southern. Next year we're going to go to Jackson and play Jackson State down there. And, again, not many teams would do that. We're excited about doing that and appreciate them, wanting to do that instead of just wanting a game guarantee game and be done with it. So I do like going all over this state and playing. I love our state. I love our fans in this state are so passionate. They love our kids, and I like taking them on the road and playing in different venues across this great state.
Conference USA announced Wednesday that the league's cross-division opponents for the next few seasons. Southern Miss will play Western Kentucky at home, travel to Florida Atlantic for the 2019 season, and then rotate the home and away designations in 2020. This is part of an 8-year rotation that will see every school from one division play every school from another division home and away one time by the end of the cycle. And the Southern Miss Athletics Department has announced they'll hold a pair of football parties for the early national signing period 1 week from today. These will take place in Jackson and Hattiesburg on December 19th. The day begins in Jackson from 11:30 in the morning to 1 p.m. at the Hilton Hotel, where members of the coaching staff will be in attendance to discuss the signing class. The Hattiesburg event takes place that night from 5:30 to 7 at the Giannini Touchdown Terrace in the south end zone of Roberts Stadium. You can RSVP by emailing eagle.club@usm.edu. Well, amid a number of coaching changes this week, a familiar face is returning to Starkville. Former MSU safeties coach Tony Hughes returning to the team as an assistant coach. Hughes spent 7 seasons with the Bulldogs from 2009 to 2015 as both safeties coach and recruiting coordinator. He spent the last 2+ seasons as head coach at Jackson State University before being let go midway through the season. Hughes has a big reputation as being one of the top recruiters in college football, especially known for hauling in one of the nation's top 16 classes for MSU in 2015. Hughes has plenty of local ties too, spending time coaching at Southern Miss, Ole Miss, and La Tech. In some Saints news, Brandon Marshall has been cut. The wide receiver waived by the team on Wednesday as his playoff drought will likely continue. Marshall has played 178 regular season games without appearing in a playoff game during his 13-season career, a streak that ranks 9th in NFL history. The 6-time Pro Bowl selection didn't appear in a game with the Saints since signing with them after Dez Bryant's season-ending Achilles injury. In 2 years after a brutal injury, Derek Newton is returning to the NFL as the offensive lineman has signed a 2-year deal with the Saints. Newton hasn't played since suffering that injury in 2016 when he tore both his patellar tendons with the Houston Texans. He was signed by NOLA to add some O-line depth after Michael Ola was placed on the IR. The 31-year-old started 68 games for the Texans, primarily at right tackle after being drafted in the 7th round out of Arkansas State back in 2011. And going back to Brandon Marshall, that playoff drought is tough for him. Maybe someone will pick him up, but
I don't understand why he never played a game.
I don't understand either. And the Saints do have a lot of competition at the wide receiver position, but we have seen these young guys coming up and making plays. But it was surprising that
you
he
signed
didn't play.
him, so you have to pay him for the rest of the
right.
year.
So why isn't he playing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.